Tonight, hear about an Ames firefighter who died in action.
Also hear about the recent resignation of Iowa State's president, Stephen Leith.
I'll tell you all about Cyclone basketball's run in March Madness.
And I'll have all your weather, including some rain, coming up this weekend. Newswatch starts now.
Thanks for watching and have a good rest of your night and week. Stay classy, Cyclones. Welcome to this edition of Newswatch. I'm Cassie Olson.
And I'm Natasha Novak. Thanks for joining us.
Research that an Iowa State University agronomist contributed to has identified a gene in corn that looks promising to yield increases. Sugarcane mosaic virus has led to complete yield losses on East African farms, and ISU agronomist Thomas Leberstedt said that this new research will lead to corn varieties that can fight off the virus. Although the virus has not yet been a major problem for American farmers, this research will help solve problems for farmers in Asia, Africa, and Europe.
ISU students received an email yesterday from President Stephen Leith announcing his resignation as Iowa State's president. He has served as Iowa State University's president for a little over 5 years. In the 5 years served at ISU, President Leith has increased enrollment numbers and graduation rates. Leith has accepted a position as president for Auburn University in Alabama. President Leith will remain at ISU until the end of the spring semester.
A 17-year veteran of the Ames Fire Department died while on duty this past Friday. Steve Buster was found unresponsive by his coworkers after suffering from a medical emergency during his unaccompanied workout. He was taken to Mary Greeley Hospital, where he passed away. Deputy Fire Chief said that Steve will be missed tremendously by the entire Ames Fire Department. Buster instructed first aid and CPR for the community and department and took promoting safety and wellness very seriously. His services have not yet been arranged.
A tuition freeze bill was proposed at Iowa's Capitol this week to prevent Iowa's regent universities from raising tuition for 1 year. The bill will affect undergraduates, graduates, and professional tuition rates during the 2017-2018 academic year. Representative Jake Highfill proposed the bill after he experienced university expenses of his own after attending Kirkwood Community College for 2 years and then the University of Iowa. His goal is to freeze tuition in order to let college students save a little money for their future.
The top 10 finalists for Iowa's annual Best Burger have been announced. The Iowa Beef Industry Council and the Iowa Cattlemen's Association have partnered to put this contest on for the last 7 years, with the winner being announced on May 1st to kick off National Beef Month. Over 9,000 nominations were received from the public, which were then voted on. A secret panel of judges will be traveling around the state to test which burger really is the best. With Iowa being 4th in the nation for beef production, a celebration of beef production and preparation is no surprise.
An emergency alert was accidentally sent to phones in eastern Iowa this past Monday. Several wireless customers received a notification around 7:30 p.m. reading civil emergencies in this area until 8:45 p.m. and warning them to take shelter now. The National Weather Service in Des Moines issued a tweet stating the notification was a mistake and originally was supposed to be a follow-up notification about a missing person in Johnson County.
U.S. Representative Steve King had potential Iowa tourists taking to social media, posting their disapproval of his recent tweet that said, "We can't restore our civilization with somebody else's babies." The Iowa Tourism Office said that they responded to about 60 tweets that vowed to cancel spring or summer trips to Iowa following King's comments. Iowa Governor Terry Branstad disregarded the comments, saying that he doesn't think that one person's words should deter anyone from coming to Iowa.
Coming up after the break, Jethro's Barbecue is coming to Ames.
And hear about a new laptop and tablet ban from Middle Eastern countries. Welcome back to Newswatch. Jethro's, the popular Des Moines barbecue chain, will expand to a 7th location here in Ames. The new restaurant will open in the former Aldi building near South Duff Avenue and South 16th Street. This will be very close to its barbecue competitor, Hickory Park, which has been in Ames since 1970. Jethro's owner, Bruce Girlman, says that the new restaurant will be the largest sports bar in the Midwest.
2 of our nation's birds were shot dead in Webster County, Iowa. The first bald eagle was found 2 weeks ago in Boone Forks Wildlife Area. The second was found Saturday near the sewage lagoons in Lehigh. Because the eagles are found within 10 miles of each other, investigators are looking at whether the cases are linked.
9 airlines in the Middle East and Africa have been notified by the U.S. government that any personal electronics larger than cell phones are banned from the cabin of planes flying into the U.S. Electronics must be stored in checked luggage instead of carry-ons indefinitely, and if the airlines do not conform to these restrictions, they will have their certificates to fly into the U.S. revoked. The ban comes from an effort to keep air travel safe from terrorist attacks. The United Kingdom has followed the U.S. in placing these bans, with the exception of a few countries that are restricted by the U.S. but not by the U.K.
A 16-year-old Michigan teen is found safe on Iowa State's campus on Monday. The teen traveled from her home in Saugatuck, Michigan on a Greyhound bus to Ames, Iowa, after connecting and messaging someone online. Michigan State troopers issued the alert early Monday morning, claiming the teen may be in danger, but she was later found safe and is on her way home back to Michigan. Up next, we will be joined by Ben Olson to tell us all about the Cyclone sports.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Ben Olson, and this is your Newswatch Sports Report. March Madness was in full swing over spring break as the Iowa State men's basketball team ran through the Big 12 tournament to claim their 3rd Big 12 championship in just 4 years. The Cyclones' performance earned them a 5 seed and an appearance in the NCAA tournament for a 6th consecutive year. The Cyclones defeated Nevada in the first round 84-73. Monte Morris led the team in all categories, finishing with 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. On Saturday, Iowa State squared off against 4-seed Purdue in a thrilling game. Despite a combined 70 points from the seniors, the Cyclones' comeback fell short, losing 80-76. Iowa State finished the season at 24-11 overall. As much as it pains me to say it, Cyclone basketball is officially over, as the Iowa State women's basketball team was given a 9 seed in the NCAA tournament. However, the Cyclone women were unable to hang with Syracuse in an 85-65 first-round loss. Iowa State was in trouble from the start, trailing 33-8 after the first quarter. In her final game, Shauna Johnson had another double-double of 21 points and 11 rebounds. Jada Buckley contributed 11 points and announced that she will not be coming back for her 5th year of eligibility, ending her basketball career as well. The Iowa State women finished the season at 18-13 overall. Thank you to all of the Cyclone basketball seniors. The Iowa State men's golf team finished 6th at the ASU Invitational on Sunday with a 3-round total of 847. Arizona State beat the 16-team field at home with a strong score of 811. Seniors Nick Voke and Ruben Sanjay finished 11th and 12th to pace the Cyclones. Voke has now carded a sub-70 round in 8 of his last 11 outings. Iowa State hits the links next on April 3rd and 4th at the Seattle Red Hawk Invitational. The Iowa State tennis team picked up their 12th straight win on Saturday by defeating UTEP 4-0. Iowa State secured doubles points by winning 2 out of 3 matches, including another doubles win by Matti Cancini and Sami Budai. The Cyclones were strong in singles as well. Iowa State finished the non-conference part of their schedule at 15-2 and returned to play on Friday against Kansas State in Manhattan. This has been your Newswatch Sports Report. Coming up next, you're going to hear from Taylor Mankel about some snow in Des Moines. Stay tuned, you're watching Newswatch.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Taylor Mankel here with your weather report. As we look at the headlines, we've got temperatures returning to more spring-like ways. We also have some rain ahead. Look out for the weekend. We'll get to that in your extended forecast. And minimal sunshine. We've got a lot of clouds in your forecast. As now we look at the current temperatures here in Ames, Iowa. 40 degrees out there. Not too many clouds here in the overnight hours as we've got north winds coming in at 13 miles per hour. But across the state, it's very similar. Des Moines, 44 degrees. We get a little warmer as we go more south, and as we go west, Council Bluff with 43 degrees. And then we've got 41 on the opposite side of the state in Davenport. And we get a little cooler as we go north in Mason City with 29. Now we look at your clouds and radar. Precipitation chances tonight, very low. But you see we've got this one system coming from the northwest moving towards central Iowa. As you see, it kind of dissipates before it gets to this time. We probably will not see any precipitation tonight, and if we do, it's going to be very small, so shouldn't have to worry about too much overnight here in the Ames and metro area. Current winds, however, do make things a little more chilly out there. 13-mile-per-hour winds coming from north to south here in Ames, Iowa. Most of them coming directly north to south across the state of Iowa. We're seeing about the brunt of it here in the middle of the state. And we go into those lows. They will feel even lower with those winds coming in, but around 28 degrees in the Des Moines area. We get as low as 19 up in Mason City over the night, so it gets a little chilly out there for our official spring weather forecast. Now tomorrow, we only get up to the 40s, and it's going to be low 40s. Des Moines 41, Marshalltown 39, basically the same across the state. We get a little bit more warm over on the west side of the state in Council Bluffs with 45, and again 41 as was today for Davenport on the east side of the state. Now, into tonight, as I mentioned, around 27 degrees, partly cloudy skies as we saw that front coming in from the western side of the United States. It's going to be kind of calm out there, but those gusts of winds are going to make it a little more chilly out there. So if you are going for a night walk, if you're into that kind of thing on a Tuesday in the spring, make sure to get a light jacket. And now into tomorrow, high of 40, mostly cloudy out there, so you won't see the sun all day, but it'll come through now and again. And we've got a slight chance for rain. Shouldn't see too much. The percentage is around 25 to 30% right now, so it's not going to show up on our extended forecast when we get to that, but a slight chance that'll come later in the day with winds coming in from the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now we look at that extended forecast. Into the weekend, that's when we're going to see the precipitation out there, as we've got an 80% chance on Friday. Make sure to tune in to Newswatch on Thursday to get a more up-to-date look at this precipitation chance over the weekend. 80% on Friday, 50 on Thursday, and even 70 into Saturday. So we've got a real good chance that it is going to rain on us over the weekend, maybe throughout the entire weekend. Then we go into the other part of the starting week, and we've got highs in around the high 50s and should stay for a little longer into that, as these spring temperatures should stick around for the most part, but with that, expect to see more rain as we continue on. That's all I've got for weather here on Newswatch. Make sure to stay tuned. We've got more with Natasha and Cassie at the desk.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Meet Julia, Sesame Street's newest fuzzy Muppet. Julia has autism. She is the first new Muppet to be introduced to the show in 10 years. Sesame Street hopes that Julia and the show will be a great resource for children with autism and for their playmates. Presenting Julia to the Sesame Street gang requires a bit more explanation of her differences and hidden talents for the other Muppets. For example, it can be hard to get Julia's attention, and Big Bird has to repeat himself to get her to listen. Julia makes her television debut on April 10th.
Former Chicago Bulls GM Jerry Cruz died today at the age of 77. Cruz became the Bulls GM in 1987 and was responsible for putting together the legendary 1990s Bulls team, winning 6 NBA championships with players like Michael Jordan and coach Phil Jackson. Statements from David Kaplan of CSN Chicago said, "Cruz 100% belongs in the Hall of Fame."
Conservative television host Tomi Lahren is suspended for at least a week on her TV show, The Blaze. The 24-year-old Lahren has been criticized after she announced her support of abortion rights on ABC's The View. She says, "I'm for a limited government, so stay out of my guns, and you can stay out of my body as well." On Monday, she tweeted that she has moderate, conservative, and libertarian views, and that she would never apologize for being an independent thinker. Lahren's suspension begins next Monday.
That's all we have for your Tuesday edition of Newswatch.
Stay tuned on Thursday for more news, weather, and sports.
Have a great night, Ames.